What artist did you get on your roster by being a sneaky little motherfucker, getting backstage and working your way in when you weren't supposed to be there?
It's just actually building friendship that caused from that. Not necessarily work,
Okay.
but being in that circle that was like, oh, okay, and then got invited to parties and stuff like that. But yeah, it's just if you're there, you're there. So whether it's some event like NAMM or a concert, yeah, it's just knowing where the artist is, knowing venues, because I've been around a lot of them. So I'm like, okay, I know this Aztec's door goes here to,
Right.
The green room or where they're hanging out. So there's times, security's like, man, don't put your hand down,
And you've gotten past him
Yeah.
and you got to the artist.
Yeah, and then,
so who were you not supposed to get to?
I mean, our friend Corey Taylor, I did that.
I knew. I don't ask a question I don't know the answer to.
Yeah.
Okay.
House of Blues, that was fun.
I remember that drum head
Yeah,
was
yeah.
gorgeous.
Yeah,
Yeah. He was shocked too.
Oh, yeah,
I
it was-
remember that.
yeah.
Yeah, he was shocked.
Yeah, they're like, hey, where's Carlota at? I think Jerry Cantrell. They're like, man, why are we performing? Well, let's go see Jerry.
Yeah. Good old Corey.
Yeah, he's fun. What was the other one? I think it was NAMM at the Schecter booth. I went there to go see Zach. Next thing you know, I'm in the back and I'm hanging with JD from Black Label and some of the other artists and Doug Pinnick from King's X. I was a big King's X fan, so getting to meet him and hang out and talk, that was cool.
Yeah.
It's just opportunities like that. It's like if I didn't take the initiative, go hell with it. I wouldn't meet half these people. But yeah, but having the relationships with the other people that go, no, he's one of us, he's cool. That helps.
Yeah.
If not, yeah, But one thing I always drives me nuts that I see people do is if you are fortunate enough to get a pass, don't take a picture and post it online. Because
don't be stupid, yeah.
Because nowadays you don't know who's seeing it. They're going to try and print it out and sneak. It's like that's why now they're doing holograms, they're doing lights, UV, whatever, just to make sure that people are not trying to counterfeit these things because, crazy situations happen. Not necessarily everybody has good intentions. So it's like, if you do get a pass, just, cover some of the stuff up if you want to show, oh, yeah, I'm here. Don't post the whole thing. It's not safe for the artist. They don't know who's walking back there. It's lucky enough, I had friends that knew me, so it was okay, but random people, yeah, don't post it.
Yeah. But also you have integrity with your artist.
Yeah.
Because you don't act like a fool, right?
No, it's all about relationships. It's about
Right.
trust. Money comes and goes, but those relationships, that's what I care about. Because, like we said, things, they're on the road a couple years, they come back, we hook up like, no big deal. But if you don't have that good relationship with them, you move on, do something else. But I know too, having that, even though I'm not constantly doing work with everybody, they know at any given time to call me up, text me. Yeah, what do you need? You want to just hang out? Shoot the shit? Hey, cool. It's not all about, work.
Right.
They know what they tell me is personal, it's private.
Yeah.
It's not going anywhere.
Right.
It's not, oh, guess who I talked to today? No.
Yeah. No name dropping.
Yeah, that's why social media, all you see is artwork.
Yeah.
No personal stuff, no nothing. I've learned from friends, you have your real life, you have your online life. You keep it separate.
Sure.
Because I've had crazy people, stalkers, everything
Yeah.
else too. I'm like, to me, I'm just a painter.
Yeah.
But it's that weird like hierarchy. You're associated with this artist, so we see you here. And it's a weird kind of dynamic where it's like, I just see myself, you know, covered in paint. I smell sometimes with paint. I'm a worker.
Yeah.
But to see me like that, you know, it takes a minute to get used to. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
you know, but yeah, I mean, I've had people try to back channel to go to friends and family to find out what I'm doing, to try to see about getting to artists that I know. You know, it's just, it's weird.
Yeah. No, I get it.
Oh yeah, you know,
I get it.
we have mutual friends.
Oh,
Same,
yeah.
same thing. You're doing it for this long. It's like, you
Yeah.
know,
What was it like working with Ozzy?
the first is, can you understand them? You know, that's the first thing, you know,
Right.
and then you're like, oh, okay, that worked good, you know, and then, you know, ended up doing like red carpet with Zach's roast, meeting Sharon, you know, stuff like that. You know, it's like, oh, okay, this is kind of interesting, you know.
My experience with Ozzy was that he was an incredibly kind man, very gracious and inviting. That was my experience with Ozzy, hugging all the time and I love you and thank you. He was just incredibly gracious. What was your experience with him when you dealt with him one-on-one?
What helped is because I had that relationship with Zach, and the way they see Zach like part of the family type of thing.
Right.
So it was like that. It was like, oh, okay, if he likes you, then it was open, you know,
Right.
really nice. But yeah, it was one of those things of, okay, what do we do? What do we want to do? You know, design work, you know, everything.
Did he
else.
have a lot of input on the design?
On some, you know, they
Yeah.
come and this is what we want to do, and then it's up to me to kind of like translate kind of what they want into something visual, because not everything from the way you see it in your mind translates to something physical. Here's what I could do. Here's what's possible.
Sure.
Some things, if I know it's almost impossible, hey, let's go a digital way. You know,
Right.
I like to give people options. I had to do that with Gene too. On some things, I've tried to paint it. I'm like, there's no way. I'm racking my brain and trying to get all this stuff. I'm like, we may just have to go a digital, you know, print on this, and then I can do all the finish work. But, you know, it's all input, and that's why the mock-ups and the back and forth is very important, because I did the same thing with like Hook. I think I went through 8 different variations before I did his guitar, because sometimes they like it. Oh yeah, it looks good. They sit on it a little bit, look back. Oh, this kind of looks off. Can you do
Right.
this? Can you move here? What about, you know, this color? And you just keep tweaking it till it's like, okay, there is no more variations. This is how it is.
Right.
We got to make a choice on this. So a lot of times I give people maybe 4 or 5 changes. Other than that, I'm going to start charging you,
Yeah.
because you'll constantly keep changing things.
Right.
So it's, what's the deadline? What's the budget? And where are we looking? You know, and that actually happened. I ended up doing something for Nicky Six. His guys sent me over some cases to paint, and it was like that. Okay, here's the old time photos. This is what we want, which back then weren't great quality photos.
You're like, oh shit.
I'm like trying to blow them up to fit a whole case. I'm like, man, this looked really bad.
Right.
You know, so, oh yeah, now we want like 80s neon, and it's like, well, digitally, yeah, that's easy. How am I going to paint it now? That's, you know, but got it done, and, you know, he was happy with it. Took some pictures of it, you know, posted it. So, and then that translates into Crew Fest, which is another charity I do every year. So,
Okay.
getting ready for that. So,
What was the piece that when they first came to you and you were like, oh man, I don't know, I'm gonna be able to do this, and then it came out so beautiful that you'd put it in your top pieces of work?
that's a lot of pieces of work I've done. It's hard to say, really, because almost.
What's the first thing that popped in your head when I asked it?
I mean, I would say probably some of the Gene axe bases,
Okay.
because it's a weird shape. So it's not like a traditional guitar where it's flat. Even his Punisher bases, it's still flat, even though it's a spade. But that axe has contours and all the shapes. And I think the only one that really was tricky, I would say, is they had me reproduce like a battle axe version.
Okay.
So the original guy that built it, they gave me pictures to work from. So I had to replicate it just with paint. So I'm looking at it, and of course I throw my spin on it. But I had to strip it down, had to make like the body look like just some beat up wood. And then the axe part, I had to make it look like pitted steel. So there's a lot of color combinations, and then of course I added rust, added other stuff. But the front has contour, so you can kind of mimic. But then when you get to the back, it's flat. So you're like, okay, how am I going to match what so I had to kind of like make a template, then translate the back, but make it look 3D as well, even though that's flat, and then pull it off to look like the custom one he had done. Took a little trial and error, but, I got it. But, yeah, it's a lot, but the best was the original builder was like, no, that's my guitar. I'm like, no, it's not. So we had a little
tiff.
yeah.
Little
So
something.
yeah, he didn't talk to me for a little bit because of that. Because because he was handling a lot of the stuff before, but because of business and everything, it was just.
But why did he want your guitar to be his guitar?
Well, because he thought it looked just like his. He had to actually zoom in and realize that it wasn't his guitar, because I was taking credit for, Gene and stuff posted the pictures of, here's the guitar. I'm like, here's the battle axe that I did. He's like, no, that's mine. I'm like, no,
bro.
I go zoom in, and once he zoomed in, he's like, oh, that isn't mine. That's all paint. And I'm like, yeah.
Wow.
So I mean, sometimes it's things like that. So if it is an artist or, a couple of Genes were pain now that I think of it, because, man, Kiss fans, I want that. It's like, he only played that for like 1 year. Turns out it was, it was glow in the dark. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, this was like 80 something. I'm like, paint has changed then. I'm like, did just the front glow in the dark? Did the whole guitar glow in the dark?
Right.
You do something wrong, they know. They're like, nah.
Fucking Kiss fans.
But, they pay. They got
I'm
money.
currently looking at somebody over here. Man.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm like, and you can't find anything online. There's no information on some of these things.
Right.
Because throughout history, maybe they sold it, it got beat up. Now you're trying to reproduce stuff. It's like, there's no information on it.
Right.
Oh, back in the day, it did this. I'm like, we used to use lead paint in the day. Doesn't mean it's, acceptable now.
That's why we fucked up.
So it's like, some of these are like almost impossible.
Right.
But,
what's the future here? Who's next? Who you trying to secure?
I got approached to do a couple bases, so we're working out it's going to be a final show in England. I could say that.
Nice. Okay.
So
we were discussing this person a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Really?
Yeah. So because I did a piece for the Dio charity.
Yeah.
And Geezer Butler.
Yeah.
He liked the portrait I painted of him, and he signed it. It raised money for the charity, and he didn't want to give it up. Cool. So Gloria hit me up, his wife, and it's like, we want a couple bases done. He wants one personally for him, and then for the final show. we want to do something. So
Oh,
I'm
that's
like,
cool, man.
I'm like,
do you get to go? No.
I don't know.
Yo. Yo.
I gotta check the passport, make sure it's current, but
Yeah. But get that passport current, dude,
But-
because you'd be like, yeah, you can have a guitar.
but did you
but-
hear who's gonna MC it now? They'll do the whole show.
Who?
Jason Momoa.
Okay.
So
That's your boy.
yeah, we had talked about doing work too. So it's funny how art takes you into all these
Well,
avenues.
I'm just saying, you're going to need somebody that to go with you. You're going to need 2 people because you're going to need a team.
You need a film crew.
You're gonna need the team.
You need documentation.
Yeah, to document your travels to the final Black Sabbath show. Just in case you're wondering,
And-
we're not trying to be vague.
And Zach and Pantera Boys will be there. So
Yeah.
a lot of people we know are going to be there.
Yeah.
So yeah,
No, I want to go.
it'll be a rowdy.
I wanna
rowdy
go.
show.
I got to get my birth certificate in line. Ugh, I can't find it. Trying to get my passport in line. I can't find my birth certificate.
I think
It's
I could
fucking
renew
bullshit.
mine. I think they have like a 15-year window on it that you could renew.
Yeah,
it.
mine's
So,
a little older than that.
yeah,
But
I have to check. It's been a while,
yeah.
But yeah, well,
That's cool, man.
Yeah, it's
Black
just-
Sabbath, that's great.
it's one of those. It's like icon status. It's.
Yeah.
I remember getting a call. Hey, they're talking about you on YouTube, and it was Robert Plant playing Elvis guitar I painted, for Shades of Elvis project with Priscilla Presley and stuff like that.
That's great.
It's like
You did that for Elvis?
it was a project she was doing.
Mm-hmm.
So with my buddy Chris, that's a great photographer. He did the book, so it had everybody in there: Eddie Van Halen, Snoop, Ozzy, Charlie Sheen was in it, Johnny Depp, a lot of actors, a lot of musicians posing with Elvis's sunglasses, giving like a little story of what.
And you
he
did the
meant to-
guitar they're posing
So I
with.
did the guitar for that, and Robert Plant's playing it, and I'm like, man, I grew up listening to that, and here it is.
Yeah.
It's like
Wow.
it's crazy how life kind of just arranges, these people and stuff like that. It's like I never planned on meeting half these people or doing work with half these people.
Yeah.
And
Fuck
it's just-
meeting
yeah.
them, working
Yeah.
with them. Yeah.
It's just whether it's actors or musicians, it's like, you grow up, you watch movies, you listen to music. Yeah, that's your life. Now all of a sudden, here I am in the mix, and
And Robert Plant is playing a guitar you painted.
yeah, and then
Yeah.
family members are like, "Oh my God, remember?" I'm like, "Yeah," it's just that's the avenue I wanted to, but also moving out of a small town and coming to Vegas, that opened up all this craziness. And,
Where are you from?
Santa Maria, California.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, kind of northern,
Yep,
past
yep.
Santa Barbara.
I know where that is. Yeah.
Yeah, had to take the leap. Going, nothing here.
Yeah.
Let's try Vegas. And then, over the years, this town kept growing and more opportunity. And
Did you hear the latest about Las Vegas? What's happening? About
There's-
Excalibur and Luxor, I believe. I don't know if this is true or not,
With the
but did you
Disney thing or something.
the Dubai thing
Oh no, I didn't hear that.
that they're going to demolish? They're going to bring it down. Is that? Are you hearing? Okay, but I just read this morning. I don't want to.
No,
I don't
I
want
know.
to peddle fake news, but I just read it this morning that it makes sense that they're going to take down Luxor and Excalibur and build 2 very Dubai style high rises because Las Vegas has grown so much
Oh, yeah.
in a different direction than it was when they built Luxor and Excalibur,
Oh,
as far as the themey, comical type shit, because of the NFL, NBA, MLB.
the baseball.
Obviously NHL with the Golden Knights, but now with F1.
Yeah.
So they wanted that it just makes more sense to have a higher style of whatever.
Oh yeah,
That
especially
Excalibur and Luxor are just out as far as because of where Vegas is headed.
Oh yeah, and especially those locations, like you said, the new baseball
South.
stadium,
Yep, right
Cross,
there.
and then
Yep.
where Elysian is. That's prime real estate.
Yeah.
So this month we have, of course, AC/DC. I'll be there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
you going? You going?
Oh,
All right.
fuck
So-
yeah, I'm going. Are you kidding me?
So I had to. Who knows how much
course.
longer they're going to be.
This is it. No,
Yeah.
this is it.
So I'm
Yeah.
like, I have to go.
Yeah.
You know, and then we got wrestling coming into town. That's a whole week of just mayhem.
Yep.
You know, so you know, money's flowing in, so I could see them doing that. And those hotels, they're old. I mean, I used to work at Excalibur. You know, I mean,
What'd you do there?
you know, work. It first started the little airbrush, you know, fantasy, you know, in the fantasy fair area. And then it translated to, like I said, you got to get a job. So I started in the food and beverage, and then ended up in room service, answering the phones. Which, talk about drama, just
Right.
stories, everything. But
What's the craziest food service story? Come on.
besides walking in on people and seeing
Well,
a bunch
what'd you
of
see?
those,
What'd you see?
yeah.
Come on. What'd you
Oh.
see? Did you see some like super sex orgy shit? What? Come on.
Walked in on couples, walked in on one lady and her, let's say, partner she brought, her little toy. Looked like it
How
was,
big was the toy?
it was big enough that it was taking a nap on the pillow and tucked underneath the covers.
Was it real?
It was...
Was it a robot? What
no,
was it?
No, it was a...
A person?
No, it wasn't a person, but it
It
was...
was a huge dildo?
Yeah, that it
We
was.
can say dildo.
Yeah.
Donger? Like how big? How big? Taller than me?
No, it wasn't that big, but yeah, it was...
Horse?
It was pretty big.
Horse?
I mean...
Oh, jeez.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it looked like it was taking a nap on the pillow, tucked in, like she just wore it out.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, hey. Okay, girl. Get your boogie on.
Oh, and they're like, "Oh yeah, come on in." You know,
You're like,
drugs on the table. There's this.
Yeah.
You know, land.
it's Vegas.
Yeah. You know, then, you know, times you walk in on people because you're given like basket, you know, amenity baskets. If you do stay in Vegas, deadbolt the lock. That's all I can say.
Yeah, they got that new thing, right?
Yeah,
They got that new
because if you
Click
happen,
that.
yeah, if you're happen to get, you know, like a comp or something like that or amenity, they have the right to. They tap. If it comes up green, that means they can walk in the room, and that's
If you have a comp?
so. Like if you
Didn't know
have
this.
an amenity, you know, from, you know. The hotel and stuff, they'll give like gift baskets. They'll do that, so they'll put them in the rooms. So one of my things was I had to deliver them to so
Okay.
many rooms. So you knock on the door, no answer. You pass key, a little thing shows green. That means it's not dead bolted.
That
You're
means
able
go.
to go on in. Some rooms, you know, have a longer hallway. You know, walk in, turn. Oh, okay, excuse me. You know, and set it down, leave. But yeah, lock the door. If you're doing anything, lock the door.
Because if you get a free comp, that gives them free access to you?
Depending on what it is.
Is that like sort of
part of
a
the package.
terms of the terms that you do when you...
If you have a, you know, like a concierge and a, you know,
Okay.
your, you know, so if they're going to give you like a basket or something free, complimentary, a lot of times they give it to the people after they've checked in. Because you never know really what room number they're going to be assigned until they check in.
Got it.
So, you know, but yeah, just lock the door.
Or
you know.
not.
Hey, some people you see out,
Or not.
you see in the hallway.
They're like,
you know,
come on in.
Yeah, they're like, hey, okay, people. You know,
You're like, no.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just here to deliver the oranges.
oh,
Whatever you want to do with them, all you, but I'm out.
yeah, there's
Jeez.
numerous stories. Yeah,
Dude, well.
rich old women wanting to request male food servers. And then,
Oh, yeah?
yeah.
And you were the male food
No,
server?
I was
Come
the
on
one
now.
answering the phone, but one of my guys was gone for like an extra long time.
Oh, it took him a long time
Yeah.
to deliver the pretzels, huh?
No, it was just a little beverage, but you know, I don't think it takes an hour to, you know, deliver a beverage. Yeah,
But it can take an hour to deliver the goods.
yeah, you know, but oh yeah, it's stories.
How,
You know,
So one of the things that surprised me when the things that you're doing or have done, I should say, was the Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know why, but all of a sudden I was like, oh, wait a minute. This
'Cause-
whole wall is Jason Oberly?
because
You know?
it's you know you get not necessarily like pigeonholed into a certain genre of things.
Sure,
you know,
but
because
yeah.
that's what you know the go to. That's what you start
Yeah.
getting that fan base for. But it was brokered out. A bunch of artists got to do stuff. So I did 2 canvases. One's hanging by the lounge on the second floor where, everything is. Another one's actually in what they call like Millionaire Row, which is all the high-end suites. So you have to have a good bank account in order to get those.
Dickhead Row.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
But, it's cool because it has, a plaque, little QR code with all my info on it next to the
cool.
painting. So
Okay.
if they're interested,
How'd you get that? I mean, the Raiders. Like, you're a Raiders fan, though, right? Am I wrong? No?
no.
Oh, come on now. You look like a Raiders fan.
No,
I'm just stereotyped you like a motherfucker, but you look like a Raiders fan.
The only sports I was really into is fighting.
Fighting.
Yeah,
Well, you
UFC.
so dare.
Yeah.
You look like a Raiders fan.
They do fight over there, but no,
Not
not the type
anymore.
of fighting
Not
I do.
anymore. Not since Vegas. Actually,
No.
have you noticed that about the Raiders here in Las Vegas? It's the black hole is not
Well, that's
necessarily a dangerous place to be.
Well, that's
if
because
you're an
their
opponent.
POs won't let them leave the state from California.
Well, there's that, but it's also I always knew that the Raiders would do better here as far as being able to go to I would never go to a Raiders game in Oakland. I would have never, because it was so dangerous. For if you were an opposing fan, but here it's like I don't know. I think maybe just tickets are too much, and I don't know.
No, I think it's just Vegas in general being entertainment town.
Yeah.
We have so much going on that anybody could show up.
That's what I mean. Like, yeah, it's a different vibe here. I look transparent. I'm obviously a Kansas City Chiefs fan, and so that's our biggest rivalry. I mean, the AFC, the AFC was built through the Chiefs and Raiders, right? It was Al Davis and Lamar Hunt who came together and said we need to build this part of football, and they did, and then they merged with obviously the NFL and became the AFC. But that rivalry is from back then, so I'm bled to hate the Raiders because of all that, but I support them because of Las Vegas, right? Which is a weird place to be as a Chiefs fan. Like, okay, you kind of want these guys to do good to some degree so that city does good, right? Have you become, you've done the work for the Raiders, but have you become somewhat of a supporter at all?
I mean, I'm always supporting of things locally.
Yeah.
Because, it helps with jobs, it helps with everything else that goes through this town. Because it is such a transient town. Other places don't realize just from the local standpoint of what this town does, for the city, for the people, stuff like that.
Very community driven.
Yeah.
The city really is,
Most of the locals, if they're not working on the strip, it's all the outskirts,
100%.
And, but the flip side of that, we do get, some of the trouble from neighboring states come in and kind of like, prey on the strip as well with tourists,
Dude, they think that they can come here, the tourists can come here, and not only lose all their money and their dignity, but just lose all their sense of decorum.
Oh, yeah.
They think that this is their fucking toilet, that they can come shit and piss and vomit in. And they do. But it's our home.
Yeah, because, you always hear stories of Vegas, oh, party Vegas, and people just kind of, it's a way for them to just, okay, nobody judge, it's Vegas. They'll be quiet when they go home or whatever,
but we judge.
Yeah, we see so much. But also had friends come to town, drank a little too much.
Yeah.
Things happen. A couple people snuck up on them. Oh, yeah, we'll help you get back to your hotel. Rolled them. Stole their car, stole their,
Oh, no.
Yeah, oh, yeah. It's like, not everybody that's, you got to have some street smarts,
In this city,
yeah.
Yeah. What's fun about not fun. What's interesting about this city is that some of the biggest things that happen don't make the news. No.
Oh, yeah. Like I said, back when I worked in the hotel,
Dude.
There's stuff that, and these old people are like, they ain't moving. You know, ambulance coming through, fire coming through. They're like, no, this is my machine. you know,
No.
whether dead body, whatever. They're just like,
There was one time, I remember this. It was because I was coming back into town from a job interview out of town. I was coming back into the city, and a friend of mine worked at the Stratosphere, and she couldn't leave work at that time because they had to put the pink powder that they use for biological problems, because some dude lost all his money, went to the top of the Stratosphere, got past security, climbed over the barbed wire or whatever is up there, and jumped. And splat in the employee parking lot area. And so part of the splat was on her car. And I know that happened because I was supposed to hang out with her and she couldn't get out of work. Not a peep.
nope.
Not a peep in the news.
Nope.
Not a peep.
Because that cancellation, room cancellations
Dude.
on that.
And then recently I was driving down Tropicana towards Decatur, and I was passing the New Orleans Hotel. And at Cameron right there, that street Cameron where Mulligan's is, there was about 30. I mean, it was a lot. Cop cars on full blast, woo, 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 rolling into the side of the Orleans on one side on Cameron.
Okay. Yeah.
No idea.
Oh.
And they were, I mean, it was like every cop in the city going to one spot in the Orleans parking lot, and not a peep.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That you never. You know, it's bad.
So
for
yeah.
hotels.
So anything like that in the hotel that you like? Give me one.
There's a lot of. Some are pretty bad.
Give me the bad one. Give me the one.
Where, man, I don't know.
Yeah, you know.
I know, but I'm like, man,
Bring it up. Let's go. Give me
Oh.
the dirt, bro. I want the dirtiest one. Go.
I don't know if I could say those just with, because I know people still work there on that one. But there's one instance.
Hotel X. Go ahead.
There's one instance where one of my guys would deliver an order, and in between the segments of the tower, he just hears, looks out the window. Boom.
Splat.
And I'm like, that wasn't by choice, because those windows don't open.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Because if anybody's been in those higher up rooms, those windows don't open.
Yeah.
So
So it was forced open.
Yeah. So
So it was either a loss of serious cash
it was something.
or a loss of serious cash and not paying it back.
Oh, yeah.
One of the two,
Oh,
right?
it had to be something.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's no public access to get to the top.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think he was helped a little bit.
Helped a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, the one thing that somebody was telling me about Las Vegas, and Larry might be able to confirm this, I don't know, but Larry's the shadowy figure over here. It's very shady. No, but we talk about the dead bodies buried out way west because, the mafia and all the Las Vegas stuff.
Lake Mead started popping up.
Well, but the point is that even that, from my understanding, is that the mafia didn't do it anyways that we think they did. That there's no buried bodies out there, not by anybody that was super real and professional about what they, not anybody that took good care in their work. Mafia time back in the 60s, 70s, and whatever, 80s. And not even Lake Mead. Like something about going down some sort of cylinder somewhere where it's high end shit. So we talk about all these bodies and stuff, but the mafia actually handled things a lot differently, from what my understanding.
Vegas is known to have that
Oh, hell
stigma.
yeah.
So a lot of it, I think, it's been embellished over the years, because how many people try to get away with shit. So,
But my understanding is, and again, I don't know, I wasn't here, but my understanding is that the mafia and the police had kind of a thing like, hey, we're cool.
mm-hmm.
You keep your business over there. We'll keep our business. We'll be good. Just don't step into our world and don't mess with people who don't deserve to be messed with. And the mafia was like, yeah, cool, no problem, until Spilotro showed up, which is Joe Pesci's character in Casino. Yeah. When he showed up, he didn't care about the agreement between law enforcement and the hey, we're cool. He decided to step over and start hurting people who didn't deserve it. And that's when law enforcement was like, okay, bro, we gotta get involved. And that's part of a lot of the overhaul with law enforcement and mafia in Las Vegas. That's part of it.
Yeah.
That's my understanding. Am I wrong? Nope. See, this shadowy figure over here knows all that. But Las Vegas has still got that. I think there's a mob still here. It's just
it's more behind the scenes.
Wow. And more corporate. Yeah. I mean,
everything's corporate.
The mob is no longer, his name isn't Gotti anymore. Yeah. His name is Win.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, though?
Yeah.
Like it's not as Italian as it used to be. But it's definitely money.
Hey, I'm old school. I still, you take care of those that take care of you,
right?
Type of thing.
Yeah.
It just, that philosophy kind of helps in life. Now a lot of people just don't care, period. And then when things go wrong, they find out, so it's always good to have those, people. I've met a few, hey, you're a good kid. I'm like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Like, you need anything? I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm like,
when'd you move here?
93.
93. Okay, so a few years before me. What changes with Las Vegas do you like versus what you don't? Because it's changed a ton.
Well, I mean, like we talked about with the Excalibur, Luxor. Remember, MGM used to have the theme park in the back because it went from 21 and over. Then we hit the family.
Yeah, the
phase.
Family phase.
Try to get families
bring the kids
here.
while we lose their college.
Yeah, everything
funds.
else. That didn't work too long. The family thing. Circus. I remember Circus when I was a kid. I was like, man, this place is still here.
Yeah.
Over the years. The growth is, I remember just dirt fields, now, it just keeps going.
Yeah. But there's a positive to it and a negative.
Yeah.
So what's the positive?
The positive is now, especially with what we're doing in the entertainment, is everybody from the California, Hollywood is now coming here.
Yeah.
More affordable. We don't have all weird laws, regulations, stuff like that. So now that's opening up more opportunities for everybody here, which is nice.
Right.
Whether it's, a movie studio that they're building, because I live in Boulder City, 50 Cent Mel Gibson was filming out there. What was the recent movie? I forget. It was like a cop movie. It was based off a true story. They filmed it out there, so you start seeing more things happening here in town. So, the sports teams, shows, other things, there's more to do, especially if you're coming to visit. Now F1, everything. The bad part is the fact that when you do put in so much high-end things, now you're pricing people out too, because everything starts really going up. Housing market, everything. So, especially this past year with just so many people outbidding on homes, which drove up the cost, because you can't compete with a corporation. If you have to sit there and get down payment assistance to buy your first house and go through the whole process of FHA loan, the corporation go, I'll give you $25,000 more in cash. Well, you're out. They just sold it to them. So that now even all over, spikes all the housing process, prices. Now it's what little, that you did save up. Now you're going to need more because now everybody wants 20%. Before it used to be, you could do 3% down.
Right.
Because a lot of people defaulted on it because can't afford it. So it's like everything. I mean, you got the good and the bad, but you have to outweigh, goes back to our math, once you, once you crunch the numbers, that you're like, okay, this is what physically I could do.
Right.
Now what they're saying the average person needs, 70 to 80,000.
I think it's 92.
92 now to
It's
live
92
here?
in Las Vegas, yeah.
Yeah.
To be living
Yeah.
through it. And now, who knows? Could be 100.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was
then-
92 about a year ago.
Yeah, and then you see, like some people I know, I'm spending $1,800 a month on an apartment. I'm like, $1,800 a month, you have a pretty decent house.
Yeah.
But now they don't have the down payment for it.
Right.
Because now they're stuck into a situation that you're spending, all this money on something you don't own.
Right.
Or you could have borrowed from it. You could have paid off stuff.
Right.
So.
I see the good as the sports teams and
Yeah.
the legitimacy of the city as far as how big it is and whatnot. But you're right, we're pricing people out. They're getting greedy with the resort fees and
Parking. I mean,
parking.
I went to.
I won't even do it.
Yeah,
I refuse.
I forget what was the last show I went. House of Blues. They're like, it's 40.
Yeah. It's $50 at Golden
Yeah.
Nugget, dude. Golden Nugget's a toilet. Stop.
Yeah.
$50 to park at the Golden
no,
Nugget.
it was
shut up.
It was Iron Maiden. When I went to Iron Maiden at
You went to
Menlo-
Iron Maiden without me?
Yeah.
Fucker. Go ahead.
Hey, I had to. It was one of those others on the list, But yeah, it was like $40 resort fee. I'm like,
No.
parking.
Yeah, parking. No,
They're like, it's event parking. I'm
No.
like, what?
I don't even. Yeah, I don't do it. I don't even go to concerts down on the strip anymore because of that. Even if I get free tickets, I'm like, no,
I get
Not
invited
doing
to
it.
so much stuff, and I'm like,
nah, cool.
I got to drive 45 minutes. Then
To
I
pay-
gotta
and then
then I
pay.
gotta find a place to park
And pay a lot of money to
and then
do it.
and
Yeah.
then pay. It's like
to come pay and then so I can spend money inside your step so I can buy $40 beer.
and then
No, I'm good.
hang out with the people that I know anyways that I could talk to.
Yeah, yeah.
it's
At
like,
a PT's pub,
yeah.
on Decatur and
Or-
Flamingo and a dive.
Or
I'm good.
they stop by the house. Just stop by the house.
Yeah, wherever.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't want to be, like I'm not a recluse or I'm not,
Yeah.
avoiding everything. It's like between the work I got, everything else, my time is valuable.
Yeah.
I'm like, I got to go, what?
Yeah.
I'm
No,
like,
no.
that's so much time out of my day that I could be, doing something, making money or, just relaxing.
With the movie studios coming to Las Vegas, and there's two, right?
Yeah. Mark Wahlberg has one or
And
something like that.
Sony, right?
Yeah.
Are you getting any bites from that? Are they coming your way for anything?
I'm sure they will. 'Cause-
Awesome! I love the
Yeah.
confidence in that.
Oh.
I'm sure they will.
Well, it's, yeah.
Jason Oberly.
Well,
Of course they're
and,
going to come to me, and I'm going to do some shit.
that and having, the right people, vouch for me.
Of course.
So.
But there could be a lot of opportunity
Oh,
for
yeah.
you with that. That's fantastic.
Yeah, I don't roll nothing out.
I love your confidence.
That's all it is. It's do the work. You do the work. It speaks for itself. It's everything's a done deal. It's just a matter of time.
I love this shit. Jason, thank you for coming by,
Yeah,
man. I
welcome.
appreciate you.
Yeah,
It's good to see you. It's been too long.
Yes, it has. Good.